Disturb not the harmony of fire, ice, or lightning, lest these titans wreak destruction upon the world in which they clash. Though the water's great guardian shall arise to quell the fighting, alone its song will fail, thus the earth shall turn to ash.
Welcome back to another episode of Another Pokémon Podcast. My name is Galutrad.
And my name is Becs.
Over the rainbow.
Oh, okay.
That's kind of what I got from that. Today, we will be talking about Pokémon The Movie 2000, The Power of One.
Which I did not know was the subtitle.
No, I did not either. I always just called it Pokemon 2000, and I think that's probably what most people call it.
I thought the subtitle was 2000.
Oh.
I thought it was like Pokemon the Movie, comma, 2000.
Yeah.
Sometimes it happens.
Sometimes.
But not this time.
No, not this time. But before we get into that, Bex, how are you doing?
Oh my gosh, I'm so good. I have been reading a new book called The Night and the Moth, and it's pretty good. I'm about halfway through with it. It's a fantasy book, and I've been playing Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you know, but I like Pokemon.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite series. But I've been playing Pokemon ZA.
Yes, you finally got past the Honedge.
Well, and by past, you mean that I gave up.
Yes.
And I'm now shiny hunting a different Pokemon.
Yes.
Which I'm also about to give up on.
Okay.
So there you go. No, but I'm doing ZA. I'm at rank B, if that means anything to anybody. So it's been exciting. I finished Dragon Age Veilguard. I don't actually remember if I did that before we recorded last time.
I don't remember either, but you did.
But I did finish it.
Finish it.
And we got a kitty cat.
We did. We inherited a kitty cat.
Yes.
And we love her. She is a precious angel.
Her name is Kiki.
You may hear her running around.
You may.
From time to time, but it's great.
It's about the time she goes ballistic.
Yeah.
During the evening,
Yeah.
so maybe. And we've decided we are christening her as Pokemon trainers, our Litten.
Yes, she is our Litten.
Yeah, so we have a Litten, a Growlithe, and a Mightyena. We're kind of heavy on the fire Pokemon.
We are kind of heavy on fire type Pokemon. That's true. If Mightyena becomes a Houndoom, it's Dark and Fire, I believe.
No, Mightyena is the final evolution of Poochyena.
Yes.
Houndoom
that's
is
correct.
the final evolution of Houndour.
Yeah, that's correct. I know my Pokemon. Anyways, I've been good. Thank you for asking.
I didn't, but okay.
Didn't. No, yeah. I've been knitting a lot, and I beat Baldur's Gate 3. I also don't remember if I mentioned that or not.
I think that's more recent.
Yeah, maybe. But I've also gone through, there's been a lot of like personal stuff that's been happening that I won't talk too much about, but I went through all of that and we came out on the other side okay.
Mm-hmm.
Knitting has been kind of the big thing that I've made. I actually, you know about this because I've given it to you already a little early, but I knitted a blanket for Bex, which is super cute.
It is cute.
And I celebrated a birthday recently.
Yes, you did.
Yeah.
You are old.
I am. I'm old. I got a Lego Game Boy, which I've built now, and it's great. And I got a little bonsai tree kit I'm very excited about. And we've got Pokemon Day coming up.
And a board game subscription.
Oh, well, I wasn't going to talk about
that. Was the biggest part.
Yeah, and I got a board game subscription. Bex found a board game subscription.
It would be really cool if they would release more Game Boy games for the Game Boy. Like if they would like just release like kits, like maybe they release like a Pokemon
pack,
one or something. That would be really cool.
That would be kind of cool.
Just saying.
But we've got Pokemon Day coming up, which is very exciting. We're gonna miss it, kind of. You and I together. We're gonna have to watch it separately.
Oh, because you won't be here.
I will be in Seattle for the Pokemon VGC Championships in Seattle.
I'll watch it for us.
Thank you. I'll watch it too. We won't be able to give our immediate thoughts, but as soon as I get back from that, we can. And Pokemon Day is awesome because it's all about celebrating Pokemon, celebrating the community.
Okay.
And we can celebrate the community in our own little way with some listener feedback.
Ooh, good. Slide in there.
Thank you.
I was gonna say, since you'll be gone, I'll take notes so that we can still give our thoughts on everything
and
when we
I
get
will
back
too.
from Patreon.
Yeah, I'll take notes of my like first initial thoughts when I
Yeah.
do watch it, because I'll watch it with the boys. Shout out to the boys, the two people that I go to these Pokemon VGC Championship things with. Excited to see them again. But yeah, let's get into some listener feedback. Yeah, so our first piece of listener feedback comes over on Spotify from Risa Chu with a little pumpkin emoji.
Cute.
This is from our Mega Do's and Mega Don'ts episode, where we were creating our own Mega Evolutions, kind of in honor of Pokemon Legends ZA coming out. And Risa Chu says, Solrock and Lunatone have no right to be as basic as they are, considering how absolutely eerie and kick butt their character designs are. Remember in 2003 playing Ruby for the first time and stumbling across them in Meteor Falls and being like, okay, this dude means business. And then in parentheses, and also being a bit freaked out by their otherworldliness, and then just being so disappointed when playing them in game, as they were just so meh. Spot on observation about the missed opportunity with Sun and Moon tie-ins, and then a red heart and white heart emoji.
Yeah, they really are two of the coolest character designs. But two of I don't want to say least favorite Pokemon, because that's not fair, but they're not ones I'm gonna use.
No, yeah,
because they're just kind of there.
Yeah, kind of similar to several of the Pokemon that we mentioned in our. This was not in the Mega Do's and Mega Don'ts, but in our episode about unevolved Pokemon.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of them that are just kind of there.
Yeah,
and they serve a purpose, I guess. But
it'd be cool if they got some Mega Evolutions, or if they got like a.
And to be honest, they might have, because neither of us have played the ZA DLC.
But I was gonna say it'd be cool if they got like a baby evolution too, or like maybe, but like we already have that star Pokemon that's like that like lights up.
Cosmog.
No, the one that's like an actual star.
Minior. Yes.
Yeah, so like I'm not sure what that would look like, but it would still have been, or it would have been cool if they were related somehow, or something. I don't know.
Yeah, there's a lot of missed opportunity from that whole little trio.
For sure.
But yeah, thank you, Risa Chu, for your comment.
Yes, thank you.
Then over on YouTube from Emetheria on our Legendary Wonders episode. Every time I read that title that I wrote, I think of the
Owners.
I do the O-Neaters.
Oh, Owners.
Which is the Do That Thing You Do movie. Anyways,
I think if we had put like a dash, it might have been Wonders. I don't know, but yeah, I do Owners.
Yeah, Owners. That's good. I like it. Emetheria writes, picturing Mewtwo with a big spoon ready for some mashed potatoes made me imagine a world where Mewtwo runs a mashed potato shop and uses his psychic powers to create mashed potatoes via Spy Kids style. LOL. Loved the episode. And then Black Heart, White Heart. So a little goth there.
I don't even remember. I vaguely remember that episode, but I don't remember the Mewtwo big spoon.
It was from
imagery.
the manga. That was what caused us to go out and buy all the manga, because you were like, it just goes so crazy. It's nuts. He's holding a giant spoon in the manga.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay. Yeah, he's ready for those taters. He's ready for Thanksgiving.
I kind of feel like he runs not mashed potato shop, the potato mochi shop in Legends Arceus now.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
And he's like, it's like instead of it just being like a spoon, it's like one of those giant like brick oven pizza things.
Yeah.
Like the shovelly looking spatula things.
Just to pull them out.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that would be hilarious.
Perfect.
Love that for him. Good
It's
for
canon.
you too.
That's what happened.
It's canon. But yeah.
Yeah,
thank you so much.
Thank you, Emetheria on YouTube. And then over on Spotify, we got a comment from Stay ZD. We got a comment on our Delibird Delivery Season 2 episode. And the comment says, "Hello, I have been listening to this podcast for half a year, and I have loved every single episode I have listened to so far. I was looking for a podcast about Pokemon, and I couldn't find a better Pokemon podcast to listen to, and I love it so much. My favorite Mega Pokemon are Mega Raichu X and Mega Raichu Y. They are both so cute, and then a ton of red hearts and white hearts." Yeah, Galutrad is currently fist pumping both fists in the air.
Oh, yeah.
Because I guess he agrees.
I do.
But yeah, no, they are truly. I'm really excited. We haven't. Neither one of us have played the DLC yet, but I'm really excited to get there.
Yeah.
Yep.
They are cute as a button.
Super cute.
Mm-hmm.
And then over on and thank you, Stay ZD.
Thank you so much.
And then over on Blue Sky, we got a comment on our Don't Go Changing episode, which was about our favorite Pokemon that don't evolve.
Mm-hmm.
And it's from Isaac120. And Isaac said, "Just listened and can say I have never given the non-Evo Mons enough love. But I will say seeing Drudagon for the first time, I added it to my team for the initial playthrough. And when I realized he never evolved, I was okay with it." Yeah, that's a great example of, like, that's what inspired us for that episode is, okay, what Pokemon do we just love as they are?
Yeah.
Like, they don't need an evolution.
Yeah.
And that's a great call. Drudagon's really cool looking too.
Drudagon is very, very cool looking. I love the he's so colorful too for the red head and the blue body and
he's got he's very angular looking. Yeah, very cool.
Excellent dragon design for sure. Although I don't think he is a dragon type Pokemon. I don't remember.
Drudagon is a dragon type Pokemon solely.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't have any other.
Okay. I know Tyranitar.
He kind of looks like he should be dragon rock.
Yeah,
a little bit.
Yeah. I think Tyranitar is rock and ground, and that's one that also looks like it should be a dragon, but it's not.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, well, cool.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. And if you would like to leave us some listener feedback and possibly hear your comment read on our listener feedback section of the podcast, you can reach out to us on our social medias at Another PKMN Pod. We are on X, Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, and TikTok. You can also visit us at anotherpokemonpodcast.com and leave a comment directly on our episode pages, or you can leave us a 5-star review on wherever you're listening to the podcast, such as Spotify or Apple Podcasts. We always appreciate those. Those help spread the show around. And you can also check us out on YouTube. We have our episodes up on YouTube where you can leave comments as well. Yeah. So, Pokemon The Movie 2000.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So, I put together, I had to go back and listen to the first episode that we did about the first movie because I couldn't remember the format because it's been a while. But I wanted to kind of mirror what we did for episode 1 for the episode about the first movie, Pokemon the first movie, where we kind of bring a little bit of a summary of the movie, when it was released, some information about that and about the plot of the movie, just in case there's anybody who either hasn't seen the movie but still is interested in the episode, or if there's anybody that has definitely seen the movie but it's been since 2001 like me. So I put that together and then thought we could talk about our experiences with the movie if we have any to share. I have kind of a funny one that you and I talked about on our Patreon episode where we did our watch along, our first watch along for this movie.
We did. Oh yeah, that's right.
So if you are on Patreon, that is available to you actually already.
Mm-hmm.
But that's one of the things we've started on Patreon is watch along.
Mm-hmm.
So you can go check out that and watch the movie along with us and hear our dumb commentary throughout the movie. And then I just thought we could talk about the movie in a little more detail and jump into, as I said 8 times in that last one, the meat of the episode, which you hated.
Oh my gosh, yes. Yeah, we'll follow a very kind of
same pattern,
the generic timeline of the movie and give our thoughts on it. Talk
Yeah.
about the points that mattered or stood out the most
Yeah.
to us. Maybe not mattered the most, but
some that made us laugh,
or
stuff like
made
that.
us cry.
Yeah. No, I didn't actually cry. I will say that.
I don't think I did either. I don't remember, but
I'm not as emotionally attached.
The song gets me.
Yeah. Oh, it's beautiful. You know why? I was thinking about this. I bet it gets you because I think that style of song gets to you because it's very similar to Marin playing the Windfish.
The
song.
Windfish,
The Windfish,
Ballad of the Windfish.
Ballad of the Windfish, and the Zelda Link's Awakening games.
Yeah.
So I bet it's like got a similar energy. It's also got very similar vibes to Zelda, although it's mostly similar to a Zelda game that came out a long time after this one, and I'll talk about what I think about that later.
Oh yeah, I guess so.
But I'll dive into the summary.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then we can go from there.
Yeah.
So Pokemon The Movie 2000, The Power of One, ironically didn't premiere in Japan in the year 2000. I thought it did.
Did it in 1999?
It was 1999.
Oh,
it came
that
out,
makes sense.
It came out July 17th of 1999, and then a little over a year later, it was actually released in the U.S. on July 21st, 2000.
Wow. So like almost a year to the day.
Yeah, a year and 3 days.
Yeah.
We mentioned last time that Pokemon, the first movie, was the second highest grossest film at over $163 million worldwide.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not surprising to find out that Pokemon the Movie 2000 is the third highest grossest. And for those of you that don't remember, the first is Detective Pikachu.
Yes.
And it's by like a landslide. It's more than double the Pokemon the first movie gross. And the Pokemon the Movie 2000 is third highest grossing film in the Pokemon franchise worldwide at $140 million. So really just 23, I say just 23 million, like I have that in my pocket, just 23 million lower than the first movie.
Oh, okay.
So it's really not that big of a difference.
Yeah.
Unlike the jump from Detective Pikachu to Pokemon the first movie, this is only $23 million. Difference.
Yeah.
The movie starts with an introduction to our antagonist.
Mm.
Again, kind of similarly to the first movie, which we talked about on our watch along, that there was
We
a lot
did.
of similarities in the beginning.
You called it out originally.
Yeah. I was like, oh, we're watching the same movie.
Yeah.
But with a different font.
Yes.
But it's the movie starts with an introduction to our antagonist, a power-hungry collector named...
He has a name? We found a name?
Lawrence the Third.
Lawrence
the Third. I need you to know that when I saw Lawrence the Third, I was like, someone made that up.
Yeah.
In like Bulbapedia or...
Sure.
Something. No. This is the Pokemon website.
Canonically, his name?
I kept that up just for you.
Oh, yeah. On the Pokemon website, under the animation tab, you can look up, his name is Lawrence the Third.
Yeah. Lawrence what the Third? We don't know. Just Lawrence the Third.
Wow.
Whatever that means. Never said in the film, so I have no idea how that information was provided.
Well, he certainly knows it, apparently.
I think that somebody was writing this biography for the movie.
And made it themselves.
And
They're
was
like, you know what?
He needs a name.
Like an intern at TPCI was just like, you know what? This is going to be my claim to fame.
Right. Like maybe they have an annoying little brother that collects bugs.
What if
like,
their
Lawrence?
name is Lawrence the Third and they were just like,
They dropped themselves in there.
let me put myself in Pokemon.
But no, his name is Lawrence the Third. Okay, that should be the last time I interrupt my summary. Sorry about that.
No, you're good.
I had to because we were both like, the collector.
Yeah.
And he never says his name.
No, they do not.
But yeah, or at least not in the English version. And in the
Maybe
Japanese
in
version, I bet it's not Lawrence the Third.
Probably not.
So the movie starts with an introduction to our antagonist, a power-hungry collector named Lawrence III, who believes he is the chosen one, predicted in an ancient prophecy, and seeks to fulfill this by capturing the three legendary birds, Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres, to trigger the emergence of the Beast of the Sea, Lugia.
Yeah.
Or Lugia, as I like to call him. And I will be calling him that the rest of the
Oh, no.
Sorry. His interference disrupts the natural climate of the Orange Islands, causing catastrophic weather patterns across the globe. In the meantime, Ash Ketchum and Pikachu arrive on the Shamudi Island, along with Misty, Brock, Tracy, and Marin, where he meets two sisters, Carol, who is the eldest sister and a friend of Marin's, and Melody, who will be playing the role of the festival maiden in the upcoming Legend Festival.
Yeah.
During the festival banquet, Melody appears in full maiden garb with a mysterious and beautiful sounding ocarina/seashell instrument, no idea what it is, and declares that Ash should be the chosen one of this year's festival. Ash's primary responsibility as the festival chosen one is to complete a ceremony. To do this, he must travel to 3 different islands in the Orange Island region and retrieve 3 elemental orbs that he will place at a shrine. After Ash is sent off to complete the ceremony, the storms that Lawrence III has created hit Shamoody Island, causing Melody, Misty, and Brock to take off after Ash out of worry for his safety. The group soon come to realize that this is not just a normal ceremony. In order to set nature back to normal and save the world, Ash and friends must complete the ceremony and bring back balance to the legendary birds, who are now dangerously fighting each other like a territory war.
Yeah.
Thanks to Lawrence III's, I almost said shenanigans. I didn't write shenanigans. I wrote scheming. Shenanigans.
Yeah. So just to interrupt real quick, Lawrence really did watch the world go into cataclysm around him and was like, this is how it was meant to be. I'm the hero.
Yeah, because
I'm
he
gonna
read
get
the
Lugia.
prophecy and he
Yeah.
thinks it's about him. He thinks
Yeah.
he's the chosen one for whatever reason.
Chosen
Even
to
though his name
lose.
isn't Ash. Crazy, right?
I know.
His name is Lawrence.
Lest the world shall turn to
To
Lawrence
the
the
Lawrence,
Third.
yeah. It's all hands on deck as everyone comes to the rescue to help Ash finish the ceremony, including Team Rocket, Slowking, and finally Lugia itself, who emerges from the ocean to help keep the legendary birds at bay. Once the orbs are in place and Melody plays her melody, peace is finally restored to the world once more.
Yeah. Lugia says, catch these hands.
Lugia says, catch these hands. Slowking helps. Actually, not at all, but I added him in there anyway
Yeah.
because he's relevant, kind of.
Yeah. He's cool.
He's cool. And Team Rocket plots if are they going to be good guys now or not? Because
They
Slowking's
should
like,
be.
Slowking's like, he breaks the 4th wall for like the 100th time, and he's
Yeah.
like, they know what you did.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty great.
Yeah.
Slowking is a top tier character in this movie and only has like 5 lines of dialogue.
So you went to this movie in the theaters?
I don't remember. This
Oh,
one
you don't?
This one does not. It has a very important place in my heart in terms of like how much I enjoy this movie, but it does not have a spot in my memory of like when I saw it first, where I was, what I was doing.
I think if you had asked me 10 years ago what my favorite Pokemon movie was, I would have said this one.
Yeah.
It's clearly not, because I didn't remember half of it. And I'm the older I get, the more I think probably the first and the third one are actually my favorites, because they're the ones I watch the most and they're the ones I know the best.
Yeah.
But this movie's still great. I don't think I watched it in theaters either, though. In fact, what we talked about during the watch through is that I could have sworn that it didn't get released in theaters, and that it in fact released on Cartoon Network in the US.
Mm-hmm.
But we just talked about how this movie was released theatrically in the US on July 21st of 2000. It didn't release on Cartoon Network. It made its Cartoon Network debut Friday, April 2nd, 2004. So that was 4 years after that. So I genuinely don't think I saw the movie before that.
Yeah.
Because I do remember vividly being in, my parents had a minivan at the time, like an actual minivan, like an old school one.
Yeah.
I was in the back seat, very back seat, and I was like antsy, like if I had not been smarter, I would have been like, Dad, drive faster. But I was like, I don't want to bug my dad. He'll be mad. Then I won't get to watch TV at all.
Yeah.
So I was like, oh my gosh, we gotta get home because I got to see the movie.
Yeah.
And I think I missed like the first 2 minutes of the movie and was like panicking because I ran into the house full speed, ran to our playroom, turned it on, was like, I'm sitting here, I'm not moving.
I'm here to watch.
Yeah. So that's what I remember. That's what I remember seeing it the first time, and I remember getting so excited because I was like, oh my gosh, movie 2000? That's crazy. That sounds so cool.
Yeah.
And Lugia was on the front, and this would have been after I already knew who that was because I already played the Gen 2 games. So the hype was real for this movie.
Yeah.
But I don't think I saw it in the theaters. I think I saw it at that time.
Yeah. See, I feel like I must have seen it in the theaters because all of the moments where the 4th wall is broken, like the Slowking incident towards the end, stand out to me in I remember people laughing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't remember. The first movie is so vivid in my brain.
Yeah.
Whereas all the rest of them, and I fall off pretty quickly. Like the third movie, I definitely didn't see in theaters.
Yeah,
like
I didn't either.
But the fourth one, I think I watched much longer after it came out.
I think I did too, because I remember my mom renting it from a library.
Yeah.
If that tells you anything, so it had to have been on DVD at least
for a while too. For
yeah.
them to, but that does that affect where this movie places in my heart? No, not at all. This is my favorite Pokemon movie.
Yeah,
by far.
Yeah.
The first movie is great because of nostalgia and it being the first movie, but this one to me is like perfect. I feel like it has just enough action and a little bit of romance, and if you could call it romance, I guess, and a little bit of mystery,
a little bit of melody making Misty angry. Is what the romance
a little bit of mystery, a little bit of suspense. Like it's very good.
Yeah, it is.
But yeah, so okay. Well, with that, do you want to kind of start going through our thoughts on the movie? Do you have anything else you want to share, talk about? Or?
No, I mean, I was excited to watch this with you. I was excited to do our first watch along, and excited to talk about it now.
Okay. Well, before we talk about it,
okay, be about it.
How about we take a quick little break?
Okay.
And then we will come back and go through our thoughts on the movie.
Okay, perfect.
All right.
Dun 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 dun.
Hi, I'm David.
And I'm Katie.
And we'd like to tell you about our show, Another Zelda Podcast. Whether you've been playing Zelda games from the beginning,
or just started with Breath of the Wild, we have something for everyone.
From deep dives into how the games are made, review episodes.
We even make top 10 lists and do a bit of music talk.
That's right. If it's about The Legend of Zelda, we cover it. Listen to Another Zelda Podcast wherever you get your podcasts.
We'll see you there.
Welcome back.
Great pop quiz. Do y'all like cookie cake? Do you all like cookie cake?
Cookie cake is my favorite type of cake, and we are debating on whether or not we can run out, because my birthday was recently, and we decided to get slices of cookie cake rather than a whole cookie cake, and now I regret that because I'd really like a piece of cookie cake. And
because I was like, we didn't have cake on our cake break. What is this? Like, we have cake every time.
No, we definitely don't. Bex thinks that there won't be any cookie cake left because of Valentine's Day, and I think that's wrong because I think people are sleeping on cookie cake.
So here's a poll then. Team poll again. Team team poll. If you were team cookie cake, let us know. If you were team ice cream cake, which is my favorite, let us know.
There's no cookie Pokemon, is there?
And if you think we're both crazy and those are both awful, let us know that too, I guess.
I guess so, yeah.
Because cookie cake is not my favorite, but I've had cookie cake a lot because ice cream cake is normally expensive.
Yeah.
And I personally am not a huge fan of birthday cake. I will eat it if it's someone else's birthday. I will not poo-poo on anyone's parade.
Yeah.
But I really don't like it for myself. I think it's too sweet and it's kind of meh.
Yeah.
But cookie cake is just a cookie, I think. We've argued about that too, with frosting on it. So that's fine.
It's baked differently.
Fine. And ice cream cake is even better because it's ice cream. It's not even cake. Okay, perfect.
Okay.
Good talk.
Great. So anyways, the intro to the movie.
On another cookie cake podcast.
The intro to the movie. It opens up. I think it's not quite as thematically cool as Pokemon the first movie.
Okay, hold on. Yes. It's beautiful.
It is beautiful.
I think the word you're looking for is it's not as haunting as the intro from the first movie. Because first movie intro is terrifying. We talked about this.
Yeah, it is.
Very scary.
Yeah, it is. Lugia's theme, top tier.
So pretty.
Absolutely love that music. Second only to the Ballad of a Windfish.
Yeah.
Ballad of the Windfish for me.
Yep.
In songs in general, I think.
Oh, wow. That's
or like music,
plug.
I'll say. Instrumental music in
there
general.
There you go. Which is all you
Ballad
listen
of the Windfish might be my favorite song of all time, though, just saying. Yeah, it's cool. We get to get a little glimpse of Lugia.
Yeah.
We get introduced to the villain, like you said.
Yep.
He gives us our monologue.
we talked
our
about
legendary
this.
tail.
He looks like Wallace.
Kinda. Not
Like,
not a perfect
not exactly.
copy, but like you could see the inspiration between the two of them.
He could be Wallace's like older brother or whatever, like from the Hoenn region. He looks crazy.
There's a rap song that one of the lines is, "I'm Wallace, I'm flawless," and it's great. Anyways, yeah, it's cool. We get you get introduced to the kind of the plot. They do mention lest the world shall turn to ash. I feel like any adult watching the movie, and probably most kids, would immediately assume that they mean Ash Ketchum and not Ash, what happens when you burn stuff.
Yeah.
Just because of the English translation, which kudos to the English translators for
putting that together and making that a thing.
Yeah, because
for
that
sure.
is not what it is in Japanese.
No. We looked it up because we were confused. I mean, you get that absolutely sick 2000 CGI.
Oh yeah.
Zoom out of the ship.
Yeah.
With its little propellers flipping, and it's kind of reminiscent of the. Now that I've said that out loud, it's kind of reminiscent of the windmill in the first movie. I'm telling you, this is the same movie.
Yeah, it has a lot of the same beats for sure.
Same exact.
There's
movie.
a storm that rolls in.
Less tears from the Pokemon and from me.
Yeah.
Same movie.
Yep. Yeah.
That's it.
They really said, "All right, we made them cry. Now let's tone it down a bit."
But no, that was. It was a cool intro though. It was very. Is Slowking the narrator?
No.
Is that what you said?
No.
The narrator is the narrator. The normal Pokemon narrator.
Well, when they get to the regular normal Pokemon movie intro, but for the intro to the
Lawrence
movie, Lawrence is narrating. He's reading out the legendary text, which y'all have heard at the beginning, the opening, just like with the first movie. The opening to this episode was a snippet from that text. So y'all will know what we're talking about a little bit.
But yeah, I think that's cool, and we get to see like we hear about his prophecy, and we get to see like the beginning of his goals.
Yeah.
Because we see him catch Moltres.
Yeah, we see the
quickly.
cool little chessboard, the holographic chessboard.
Yeah, he's got his dubstep board where he sends different weapons after people. Like for Moltres, it's ice missiles is what he sends after Moltres, and then he throws out these hoop-looking things.
Yeah,
that you said reminded you of
Hoopa.
No. You said it reminded you of the Pokeballs that Mewtwo sends out.
Oh yeah, just the way they move, the way they fly. Then they're the hoop ones, especially later on, they do change shape. But the hoop ones very much look like they kind of just took the flying Pokeball animation and replaced the artwork with the hoops.
They basically capture Moltres. There's basically like a sphere around him, which is kind of cool.
Yeah,
it's like a big Pokeball or something.
Yeah,
but that we see him take down what you know, if you've played Pokemon at this point, or if you've watched Pokemon at this point, you know Moltres is a big deal.
Yeah.
And so you see him take down one of the biggest legendaries and capture it without battling it.
And fairly effortlessly too.
With his dubstep buttons.
Yeah. He and his airship fortress flying monstrosity straight out of the 2000s.
Yeah. Does the Horizons boat look?
No. Yeah, no, it is not.
This thing is like a tower.
It is. It's like a floating castle. We in fact in our watch along we mentioned like it kind of looks like admittedly it doesn't look like Hal's. I went back and looked. It does not look like Hal's moving castle, but it gives off the same.
It's like the vibe.
Yeah. And then we get to the actual movie opens up. We get the title theme. We get the Power of One showing the subtitle and I think it's like da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And and then we get into the anime music,
which is that scene is really cute.
It is
when they're letting
adorable.
Everybody out, and then what does he do? He lets out Charizard, and he immediately is just like, never mind, puts him back, and then he lets out Snorlax, and the boat like
rocks.
moves because Snorlax is so big. We both laughed out loud at that.
We did.
It's just cute. I love those. They're very feel good.
Yes,
Those
they
intros,
are. And
yeah.
I like it because you get to really get a picture of like what the Pokemon's attitudes are like. Cause like some of them are just like literally chilling. The other ones are going nuts, and it's fun.
And you get to see like where they're all at on their journey. Cause you get to see, obviously he's still with Misty and Brock at this point. And you get to see what Pokemon they've got with them currently. But then no, he's not with Brock.
No, he's with Tracy.
Did I say Brock in my summary? He's just not there.
Well, we do see Brock
in
later.
the back of the TV.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
He's
helping out Professor Ivy.
Yeah,
yes.
Professor Ivy at the lab.
Yeah.
But okay, so not Brock. Whoops.
No.
My bad. We get to see he's still with Misty. He's with Tracy because this is during the Orange Island era.
Yes.
Who Tracy is an assistant that works in Professor Oak's lab that's joined Ash.
He's the
a
stand-in for Todd from the Pokemon Snap games that we've played earlier this season.
Right. We assume.
Yeah.
Because he's so similar.
Yeah.
And then Marin, who is not normally with them and I learned is just a character for this, what's going on here, because she's not just in the movie, she's in the manga as well.
Yeah, she's their boat
and
driver.
she's the boat captain. Yeah.
Boat driver, boat captain, definitely.
And she's really cool.
She is.
But she's there on the boat with them. But we get to see
Azumarill, or not Azumarill. We get to see Meryl. We get to see Tracy's Meryl.
We get to see Meryl. Yeah, Tracy's Meryl. We get to see all of Ash's Pokemon. I didn't know Ash had a Snorlax at this point.
The Pokemon that Ash has caught up to this point. Eventually, inevitably, because this is the first movie in a different font, a storm hits.
Yeah, caused by Lawrence, because basically the birds, like if one thing is out of place with the birds,
it affects somehow it affects the currents of the
harmony
seas.
of nature gets impacted. Yeah. So because Moltres has been captured, Lawrence has single-handedly started the demolition of the world. Yeah. So there's crazy weather patterns happening, and
which makes you think, how messed up did we as Pokemon trainers leave the world by capturing all three of them in Pokemon Red, Blue, and Yellow?
You know what? We didn't catch them here at the Orange Islands. Those are different legendary
Those are different
birds.
legendary. It's been proven canonically that there are different legendary Pokemon.
Yeah, so it's fine.
Yeah.
But no, we're good. Zapdos was at the power station.
Yeah, that's right. This is a different Zapdos.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true.
Different. What's it called when, you know how comic books have the same character in different spots, like dimensions or whatever? Yeah, it's just different dimensions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
We get to see how Ash's mom and Professor Oak are reacting to the weather changes. We get to see Ivy reacting to it. Brock is in the background panicking.
Mr. Mime being the absolute best of all men in that senses that the rain is about to come while Professor Oak is talking to Ash's mom, runs inside, grabs an umbrella and holds it specifically for Ash's mom so that she doesn't get wet, but him and Professor Oak do. Love that scene. That was great. Oak's bike gets taken. Bikes have a real hard time in the Pokemon universe. His bike gets taken away by Diglets.
They do. And then Team Rocket comes into the scene with their Magikarp submarine, which they immediately crash.
Yeah.
Because of the weather.
Yep. They get taken away.
Yeah, it's a real mess. But then Ash and Marin, the weather has not hit specifically where Ash, Marin, Brock.
Misty.
No, not Brock. Dang it.
Just say Ash. Ash
and the gang are they're arriving at Shamudi Island, where they're going to meet two characters, one of which is vital to this story.
Yes.
Two sisters. We mentioned in the summary, Carol, who is the older sister, who apparently has been the festival maiden before, but is now too old, and now it's time for her little spunky sister Melody to take up the totem take up the baton.
In her introduction, has a look that is like, they're on an island, right? There's this festival going. It's a very native thing, like the history of the island, the celebration of this land.
Yeah, so everyone's in like masks.
Yeah. But then Melody looks like a preppy girl that's like, I hate this place. I'm too good for this
Yeah.
place. Get me out of here.
When-
like she's
when-
in shades and
when do I get to leave again?
yeah, yeah.
How old do I have to be?
I can't
to-
believe Mom made me stay with my sister for
Yeah.
the summer.
Right. She looks thrilled, and
Yeah.
it turns out she actually does care.
Yes.
But she's a teenager.
Yeah.
So like
She wants to do she feels like it's old.
or
It's
a
an old
preteen.
tradition.
She might be a preteen actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But she feels like it's an old tradition. Is like, why are we still stuck in this old ways?
Yeah.
But is about to learn.
Yeah.
It's for a reason.
And she's a little fueled
Mm.
by how cute she thinks Ash Ketchum is.
Oh yeah.
Which makes Misty angry.
Yeah. Big Angie.
Furious. Yeah. Because she immediately is like, well, if you're gonna stick around, if you're gonna be here, if you're gonna be blah, and Misty's just like, ew, stop,
Yeah.
go away.
And she taunts Misty straight. She
does.
does not back down. She
Nope.
immediately taunts Misty and is like, "So what? Are you his sister?" And oh my gosh, yeah, it's
Oh, so you are his girlfriend? Interesting.
yeah,
like, yeah,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
She's
No,
very.
I like Melody. She's got a lot of
She's sassy.
sass.
Yeah.
And the masks that Bex mentioned, they're very cool. The whole festival itself is really neat. The masks I really enjoy because they are all designed similarly to the legendary birds, but they're like local renditions of them, right? Like it's this idea that like this is a legend that has been passed down through generations, and so like different stories as they're told verbally get changed a little bit, and so they all kind of look different, not quite like the birds, but that's what they're referencing. And I just think that's really cool, and how it like plays out to the island's culture and why these orange islands are so important to them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So then obviously Ash and the team stick around because they're there and they're gonna hang out for the festival.
Ash is gung-ho to be the chosen one.
Yeah, of course. The festival begins, and we get to see like parades and like other things, and I specifically loved, there was it kind of reminds me of the dragons that the Chinese use to like during parades, during like their spring festival and like a bunch of other things.
Yeah.
Chinese New Year, what have you, where they have like a multiple people underneath like a, what I can only imagine, it looks like it's made of like paper mache or like cloth, like a very thin light cloth.
Yes.
They're under it and they're kind of making it move and sway, and there's something similar to this, but it's a Gyarados,
which is very
at
cool.
this festival, which is really cool looking. We always loved that. Like we loved we really honed in on the different ships that looked like Pokemon in that town.
Oh, in Sun and Moon.
I think it's at Sun and Moon.
Yeah,
where
yeah.
they're like different Pokemon shaped ships.
The Islanders.
The Steelix ship.
Yeah,
and
the
stuff.
Islanders made their ships to look like different Pokemon.
So that's always really neat to see, or like decoration in the Pokemon world is always really cool, like because it's normally Pokemon themed.
Yeah. Well, I mean, think about how like our world has lions and lion statues,
Yeah,
and
for
so
sure.
they have Pokemon statues and
course.
Pokemon festival things.
But I thought that was really cool, and I know you did too. And you really liked the unveiling of the ocarina seashell instrument.
Yeah. So during this festival, Melody comes out in her full attire, like flowing dress, a veil, and is playing an ocarina. And I'd commented in our watch along that like it didn't occur to me until now that, because this ocarina has one end of it looks like a basic ocarina, the other end has like a seashell. The whole thing looks like a seashell, but the other end is like a spiral seashell that she twists and turns. And it made me realize that like, oh my gosh, that could have a function in that depending on what position she twists it in, it either shortens or widens the area inside the ocarina that she is blowing into to produce the sound, to give her different octave ranges. And I just thought that was such a cool design.
And it might be, I've always really liked that it's all very like ethereal, like mermaidy themed too. So like having the seashell instrument is a pretty common thing in like mermaid stories, but like the way in which it was designed is really cool for like a more ceremonial festival style thing.
Yeah. I also think it has a lot of similarities to going back to like, this is just the first movie in a different font. It's very similar to them sitting in the Pokemon Center where Jesse is like, you can't go out there. Not Jesse. Officer Jenny is like, you can't go out there. There's a Nurse Joy has been missing, and the waves are too strong. And this is Melody saying, kind of, she goes into the legend and what is needed, and it's a to them, to the Islanders, it is an event that happens where they have the chosen one, in this case Ash, but they do this every year. But they have a Pokemon trainer go to each of the islands and collect a ball, like a crystal ball that represents each island, and then bring them back to the Shamuti Island, and then she plays her tune, and it's like a, hey, we've completed the festival in honor of the chosen one, the birds and stuff. But it's storming already because, as we know from the intro of the movie, the balance has been upset and Moltres has been captured. And Ash just decides that he has to go tonight, even though the weather's looking bad and his captain of his boat tells him, actually, it's not a good idea. He's like, yeah, no, I'm the chosen one. I'm gung-ho. I need to go do this. And I realized later, if he had not decided that, the world would have just ended in Pokemon because they wouldn't have had time.
Yeah, which is crazy because at this point they don't realize the severity.
No,
of
yeah, they
the
really
ceremony.
don't.
They think it's just a ceremony that they do annually.
Yeah.
They do this every year.
Yeah.
But it just so happens that it's important. It's a
They're-
lot more important this
It's
year.
a lot more important this year.
But yeah, he does. So he goes off, and then Melody kind of baits Misty into basically going with her. Like, even though she was teasing her to not go, like, oh, we'll just stay here if you don't care. Misty's like, I'm going with you.
Yeah, because the waves get rougher,
Yeah.
the weather gets bad,
Yeah.
and we, as the viewer, see Ash and Marin.
Yeah.
We see them crash her boat onto
Right.
the island, and Melody is saying like, oh my gosh, I'm the one who sent them out there. I need to go get them. And Misty's like, no, it's my job. And like you said, I think Misty says to Melody's taunting, Misty's like, Ash is never alone because he has me. And it's like a little moment where you get to see that romance budding, I guess. I don't know. Even though there never
Misty
is.
cares.
Yeah, Misty cares.
Yeah, she does.
Yeah.
So they go to save her. And we have a crazy scene where Melody takes off in this little motorboat, and
Yep.
then the motorboat becomes an airplane, and then it becomes a car, and not really, but like
the way she handles this boat is
the,
insane.
the buttons she presses.
Yeah, like there's literally must be miles of staircase that they have to climb to get to the top of this island.
This boat is
And-
made out of titanium.
And then she's like, don't worry, this boat that I've been driving through the sea and the air, I also can drive it up the stairs.
Right.
And she just drives it up the stairs.
Yeah. So completely not realistic in any capacity.
No, very much.
But she finally reaches her destination and crashes her boat
yes.
into the island near Ash. And
During her time driving the boat, Team Rocket has stowed away on Melody's wonderful, amazing, hydrodynamic, aerial
because they go
dynamic.
flying when the boat crashes.
They're
right?
hiding under a tarp, and they go flying off onto the island.
Yeah. They're now when they do their intro, they're like Team Rocket now on the big screen. And Ash goes, I'll have to catch this on video, and keeps running because Ash has no time for Team Rocket's shenanigans ever.
Yeah.
And they don't care. They still do their skit every time.
Yep. Classic
funny.
Team Rocket.
So like everybody's there now. Team Rocket's there. Ash is there.
Melody's there.
They
Misty's
grab.
there.
I think they grab the Moltres orb already. Is that what they do right now?
Yes. Yeah. They get the Moltres orb.
But Zapdos
Gets
is now
captured.
the target of
Yeah.
Lawrence and is fighting for his life, trying to electrocute the giant tower and get away from him. He gets captured in his triangular, I think was his, or square.
Square.
His square one. Yeah, because it's like it pushes him into like a diamond.
Yeah.
So he gets captured on the ship.
Well, before that, they have the conversation. Zapdos naturally comes in and starts just lighting up the place.
Yeah, because he's angry. Because everything is
messed
everything's
up.
upset.
Yeah. And he can tell that something is wrong. The gang is there, and Pikachu starts shocking Zapdos, and Zapdos kind of just stands there and takes it like it's nothing. And the gang is like, what is Pikachu trying to do? His strong attacks are nothing on Zapdos. And thank you for Meowth. Meowth is like the Hermione of
Pokemon communication.
Yeah, because like they can just write anytime they ever want to explain anything that Pokemon are saying, Meowth can just explain it for them.
Right.
It's great.
Right.
But Meowth tells them that he's talking to Zapdos, but then our boy Lawrence, the bad man himself, comes in and starts to have a fight with Zapdos, where this is the only one where he doesn't have like an element. Like I think he's literally just blasting him with cannon fire.
Mm-hmm.
But his ship has grown. This was really cool. His ship has grown Tesla coil rods that attract Zapdos's lightning so that it can't actually get zapped.
Right.
But he captures him and the gang because they run back to their ship after having collected the lightning orb.
Mm-hmm.
And the ship, the boat, Melody's boat, gets captured in a set of these rings as well, and get brought onto Lawrence's floating fortress.
Right. And Zapdos is fighting the entire time. Zapdos
The
continues
whole
to
time,
fight
screaming.
even in his cage.
Yep. He's real mad.
He's really mad. And they, once they're on the ship and they encounter
Lawrence.
Yep. And Lawrence has that line where he's like, I'm merely a collector.
Yeah.
Or something like that, where he's like, it's very like stuck up and annoying. But he actually has a token, right, that he's got, because he's got a bunch of artifacts in this castle. It's not just a castle. It's like his traveling museum that he has. And one of the artifacts is a Mew card.
Yeah, which is a throwback to the first movie. It's the ancient Mew card.
Is a throwback, yeah.
Yeah. And he also has a stone tablet, which we see at the beginning of the movie. And Melody looks at the stone tablet and realizes like, hey, this ancient stone tablet is the exact same song that we sing, the tale that we celebrate, that we tell, that we kind of go over in our festival.
Yeah.
And Ash and Misty and everyone is like really upset that he's got Moltres and Zapdos all locked up.
Mm-hmm. And they're starting to put together that the prophecy's real.
Yep.
That Ash really is the chosen one because of that stone tablet.
Yeah. And we keep kind of cutting back to like Professor Oak and Professor Ivy and Ash's mom, who is on a plane or on a helicopter on their way over to the Orange Islands.
Mm-hmm. And
they give us kind of like this little kind of fun science spotlight on.
Yeah, because they're doing what scientists would do. What scientists do, just not in such an urgent matter.
Yes, yeah.
But they're doing what scientists would do if this world was going through something like that, or
Crazy.
The real world,
mm-hmm.
which is they're trying to explain the phenomenon. They're trying to figure out how to stop it and what's going on, and how to prepare. Like they're just doing what they need to do.
Yeah,
and it's really cool to see like they're they're on like conference calls and like stuff like that. And I got excited.
You did,
because Professor Oak was demonstrating what was going on with the underwater currents and like the different weather changes, and he was explaining like the birds and how they play into it and all that. And he was using a multicolor pen that I don't know if they still have them.
They're still around.
I
see them from time to time.
But they were really popular when we were kids, where you could change. You had one pen, but you could change normally between 4 different inks. I had one that was more than 4, actually.
Ooh.
I was very fancy. But it's normally red, blue, black and like green normally.
Sometimes yellow.
Sometimes yellow, yeah. And that's what he was using. 'Cause
Yeah.
that way he could flip back and forth to show
Like
things.
he
birds
showed the different islands, and then he showed like the current of Zapdos' electricity and Moltres' fire and Articuno's ice going into the ocean and causing this like giant whirlpool under the ocean, which is causing the issue. We also see a lot of scenes of Pokemon trying to get to the Orange Island as close as possible because they can sense that something's wrong, and they hope to be there to help in any way that they can. And all that is kind of going back. We keep cutting back and forth between that and the gang on Lawrence's fortress. And I thought this was really funny because Bex pointed this out, but they bust out Charizard, Squirtle, and Bulbasaur to start trying to break Moltres' bindings, and Moltres gives them the side eye. And Bex, you were like, Moltres is probably like, what do y'all think y'all doing? I'm Moltres. You think I haven't tried this already? Right. But they managed to break Moltres out, and then Moltres breaks Zapdos out, probably on purpose, maybe a little haphazardly. Because
maybe attacking him, but maybe
attacking
helping.
him. But they kind of go through this motion of like, Moltres and Zapdos kind of go through this motion of like, hey, we're breaking out.
We're gonna team up for now to take down the ship.
Exactly. Yeah. This Lawrence guy, this ship that captured us, we need to take that down. So let's team up. But then we're on non-speaking terms again. We're gonna fight after that. But so the ship starts plummeting to the ground. This is where Meowth has some of the best lines in this whole movie. Yeah. James, Jesse, and Meowth are falling and kind of talking over what they just learned, and James is freaking out because he says all intelligent life on Earth will be destroyed, and Meowth just says, "You'll be fine."
He says it's the way he says it though. I'm trying to find it. This is exactly how it says. James says, "If the legend comes true, all the intelligent life will be destroyed." Jesse said, "That's right." James says, "And I'll be," and Meow says, "You will be fine."
You will be fine.
Like he says it so like just you're good.
You're good. You're not classified as intelligent life.
Will be fine.
It's fantastic. Meowth is also
it's
sassy
so
in
funny.
this movie. But
and then they do take the ship down, right?
Yeah, the ship crashes into the ground.
Yeah.
The main gang, Ash and Misty and Melody and them, land kind of exactly where they need to be, to the point where like I'm pretty sure the lightning ball gets like rolls out of where it's normally located and right into Ash's grasp, and that the gang starts having a little bit of doubt. Like Ash starts feeling like this is a lot to put on my shoulders.
Yeah.
They regroup and they kind of they have that moment where like I said, they're trying to figure out what they need to do. They're trying to figure out why all this is happening.
And meanwhile, Zapdos and Moltres are fighting.
Articuno starts throwing hands as well. And Lugia comes up and...
Well, Zapdos and Moltres almost attack Articuno together.
Yeah.
Like and Articuno's like mad because Articuno's like, hey, this is my island.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you're on my island now. Because don't they crash on the ice island?
No, they crash on the Thunder Island.
Oh, they do.
Because they take the in the fight that Articuno, Moltres, and Zapdos are having. Articuno is like flying around, spraying the ocean with ice and freezing a lot of it.
That's right.
And they end up taking a lifeboat later on across the land, and that's how they get up to the ice area. Mm-hmm. So Lugia, throughout the whole movie, we get like kind of flashes to Lugia, and Lugia finally shows up as Ash is like kind of, after having talked to the gang, is kind of like, all right, if all the Pokemon are here gathering to do this, if this legendary Pokemon Lugia is showing up to try and calm things, I've got to do my part. I have to go get that final orb. They meet Slowking at this point, and Slowking kind of gives a little bit of narration as to like why it's important
and encouragement.
Yeah,
and Lugia appearing is a big deal because that's exactly what Lawrence wanted. Lawrence knew exactly what was about to happen, and like moved like on this dubstep chessboard that he's got. He's like moving the pieces around that represent the birds, but he also has a piece for Lugia, and he pulls that one closer.
Yeah, because he thinks he's going to be able to get it still.
Right. And so Lugia appearing is a big deal.
Yeah.
Because Lugia's been slumbering in the ocean forever, for a long time, hundreds of years. Something like that, right?
Not slumbering necessarily, but just kind of living down there.
Peace?
Yeah, just chilling, just vibing down in the ocean. Lugia comes up, and Lugia tries to settle the fighting, but much like the poem that plays at the beginning of the movie, it explains it's not just up to Lugia. It requires a Pokemon trainer to help out as well.
Yeah.
And so Lugia gets thrown down. Lugia gets beat, falls back into the ocean, and Melody starts to play the song for Lugia as almost as like a I don't know what to do. This is the only thing that I'm here to do. So let me just try and play it as encouragement to everyone around to give them like some peace. And the song reinvigorates Lugia. Lugia comes back up in a huge whirlpool and begins to speak with Ash and everyone else there, and is it kind of says like, hey, I can't do this alone. We have to do this together. I will help you.
And Ash is like, what do you say? They're like, because they're still trying to talk him up because he's still concerned. And he says, well, right now I wish my mom had named me Bob instead of Ash.
Yeah, because of which is another great line.
Yeah.
Like huge props to the English translators for working that into the movie. But everyone believes in him. Even Team Rocket does, to their credit. They're like, the world's not gonna. There's nothing we can do if the world is over. So
how can we steal things if they're gone?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So they take essentially like a lifeboat, and Charizard and Bulbasaur and Squirtle and a couple other Pokemon, I think, are what?
I'm just cracking up at the imagery.
Oh yeah,
it is
really weird to watch.
They're like sled dogs.
Yeah, they're like sled dogs.
Yeah.
And they are riding across the land trying to... No, I'm sorry. They're not on the lifeboat yet. Ash is on like a little like piece of metal or something.
Being pulled by his
Pokemon. Lugia is flying above him, protecting him from Zapdos, Moltres, and Articuno as much as he can, trying to keep them busy.
But there's three of them.
They end up cracking the ice, and Ash's plan with his sled dogs messes up. But he gets saved by Team Rocket, who are on this lifeboat with a giant fan.
Yeah.
And they give their little spiel about being the good guys and that they're here to help. They make their way up Ice Island, and Ash manages to get a hold of the final ball. They make their way back to...
Which they do finally because Lugia lets him ride on his back, which is what you and I were like screaming into the void. Because we're like, why are we sled dogging? And why are we lifeboating with a fan? Although that is physically more believable than the boat on stairs.
Yes, that is.
Why are we lifeboating with a fan? Why is the giant dragon like? I had mentioned I gave in a little. I was like, okay, well, it's dangerous up there. Maybe Lugia is just trying to.
He can't dodge everything and also
keep Ash safe. Yeah. So, but like finally, Lugia is like, all right, you've proven yourself. Get on my back.
And this part's so funny to me because. So Team Rocket are also holding on to Lugia, but they decide that they're slowing Lugia down. And so they let go.
They do.
As their final thing to do good. This is the technically the last time we see them in the movie till the very end, but they go blasting off again into the ocean as their last
to stop
good act,
dragging the airplane down.
Yeah, the airplane, the legendary Pokemon Lugia. Lugia gets Ash back. They put all the crystal balls into this little structure, and Melody plays her song, the shrine.
Yeah.
And Melody plays her song, and it's this really pretty moment where there are these like large stone towers that light up as Melody plays each note, and this mystical kind of almost like the color of like the Tears of the Kingdom Zonai. Force.
Yeah, we mentioned that
We
the
did.
green light while we were watching it. Yeah,
it spills out over the shrine into the ocean, over the waters, and it kind of calms everything down.
yeah.
A beautiful melody plays. A rainbow goes flying across the sky, which I thought was kind of a reference to Ho-Oh.
Yeah, could be.
But Ho-Oh doesn't make an appearance itself.
It's definitely a symbol, kind of worldwide, of peace.
Mm-hmm.
What appears after a storm, a rainbow kind of thing.
Yes, yeah.
I also really enjoyed that everybody like kind of fell back into like a little bit of normalcy. Like Ash's mom is there and they're reunited and she's being Ash's mom and being over crazy over. Well, I mean, for good reason this time.
She has a very cute line where she says, like, the world may be in danger, but you're my world.
Yeah,
and
something
it's
like
super
that. It's cute. And then the collector. That's always confused me too, because it almost felt like they were letting it be open where he might appear again.
I really wonder if maybe later in the anime, maybe an episode we haven't seen or a section that we haven't seen, he comes back, because they really do.
I don't think so.
I don't think so
Based on what
either,
I read,
but
like research for the summary, just to make sure I knew what I was doing.
I would love if that were the case, because at the end they show him picking up his Mew card and him saying like, well, it's back where I all started.
Yeah, start over, start my collection over. And I'm like, not all the way, I hope. Hope you learned your lesson.
And then we close the movie out by Team Rocket crawling back up onto the shrine, and they're like,
Slowking's there.
Slowking's there, but they're like, oh, no one saw us do good. That's so sad. And Slowking is like, fourth wall breaking. Actually, millions of people, and points to the screen.
Yeah.
Everyone in there saw you do it. And James has this great bit where him and Jesse both have this great bit where James is like, we did good.
and Jesse's like, oh, we're good guys now, and that's good. And then Jesse's like,
but the boss is going to get mad at us.
That's
bad.
But we could do this. That's good. like
that's bad.
Yeah,
it's so funny.
It's so funny.
But that's the end of the movie. It's very cute.
It's very cute, and the artistry behind it. So like the music, the animation, like it's clearly love went into this.
Well, yeah, Lugia. I mean, there's a lot of info on this movie because Lugia was made for this movie before it was made as a Pokemon.
Yeah, because this is just so everyone has a timeline. I probably should have said this earlier. Sorry, but this is still Gen 1 technically. This is like we're starting to dip our toes into the possibility of there being other Pokemon out there. So we don't even have we have 151 Pokemon plus now. As of this movie, Meryl, Slowking, Ho-Oh, and Lugia.
Togepi.
And Togepi. Yeah, Togepi's technically Gen 2. So like we're
barely scratching the surface.
We're touching it, but we're not quite there. We haven't gone to Johto. We're at the Orange Islands, which is to the south of the Kanto region. Mm-hmm. I don't know which south. I don't know if it's southeast, southwest, but it's south of the Kanto region.
Yeah.
It's a warmer climate.
But Lugia was made for this movie, and the Pokemon team liked it so much that they were like, that's a box art legendary alongside Ho-Oh.
Yeah.
Like they just kind of took it.
Hands and all. Yeah.
And so there's a lot of great information about the person, I think the director or the writer for this movie, and that whole story of how it was made and how his life was spent, which it's honestly, it's a little bit sad because he struggled with a lot of stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
It's also, if we're still tying to the first movie a little bit and noticing similarities, it's also interesting that Mewtwo's personality was kind of split in between, like what Mewtwo represented in the first movie was kind of split in between the antagonist Lawrence III and Lugia.
Yeah.
Because Lugia has a lot of similarities to Mewtwo in that he's powerful, he's a legendary Pokemon, he's telepathic. There's that whole water kind of like water and then life similarities. The weather similarities, like all of that is that side of Mewtwo. But then obviously in Mewtwo's case, it was just like the pain that he was in, trying to figure out what he was and why he was there. So like it's a little bit different put on a human perspective, because it's just adding it to humanity is just, it seems more normal. It seems less empathetic.
Yeah.
Because he's clearly just a greedy person.
Yeah.
Who we don't think fully learned his lesson based on what
not-
based on what we saw. But that destructive, I just want what I want and I'm gonna take it. It is put on Lawrence.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to see that too, because it definitely creates like a different dynamic.
Yeah. It really does.
Yeah.
It really, really does.
I loved the whole balance, harmony, like vibe though. I thought that was a really cool like lesson. Like, don't disturb.
I very much feel like this is in line with a lot of the like Green Earth type of things, like Circle of Life,
which is cool, because it's a lot of island cultures are focused on keeping like protecting their ecosystems and treating the earth with kindness and helping the environment and that, because like it's detrimental to all of us to protect the environment, but it's definitely detrimental if you're on an island and
that's your only land.
The life that you have around you is like smaller. You've got a smaller ecosystem to protect, and it's very timeless of a lessons in this movie too.
Yeah,
really nice.
Absolutely.
Very cute. Love it.
Yeah.
10 out of 10.
Yeah. So that was Pokemon the Movie 2000, The Power of One.
I like it. Yeah, it was great. I did learn too that when the movie was releasing in Europe, it released like gradually, like a year later from. It was in 2001, I think, is when it started releasing in Europe and like Germany and other places. In the UK, it never got a theatrical release. It went straight to VHS. Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy.
Wild.
I wonder if that's why it didn't do so well. I wonder if Pokemon, the first movie, did really well in the UK.
Oh, that's so weird to think about. Like that other 20 million is like the UK money.
Yeah,
I wonder, unless Pokemon the movie, the first movie didn't release theatrically in the UK. I don't know.
Something we'll have to do some research on.
Have to do some research.
Gotta
do some research.
Well.
Gotta go to dinner. It's time to go eat dinner.
It is.
And by that, I mean that it's time to end the episode.
Yes. Yeah. So just as a reminder, you can reach out to us if you want to share your thoughts on Pokemon the Movie 2000, if you want to tell us how crazy we are or how wild this movie is or how unimportant this movie is to you, you can. Bex, do you want to say something?
And the incredibly relevant hashtag team cookie cake, hashtag team ice cream cake.
You can reach out to us again at Another PKMN Pod on X, Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, and TikTok. You can also leave comments over on YouTube, on our website at anotherpokemonpodcast.com. And most importantly, you can leave 5-star reviews on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, anywhere that you are listening to our voice. We really, really appreciate those 5-star reviews.
It helps our algorithm.
It does. And if you want to support the show financially, you can check out our Patreon, where you can watch, or rather you can watch with us, our Pokemon the Movie 2000, The Power of One watch along.
And experience the wonder of bonus content.
Yeah, there's a few bonus episodes on there, and you do get content up to 7 days early for these episode releases. So definitely supported there if you want to, but no pressure to at all. And we'll keep on keeping on. Look forward to Pokemon Day.
Bonus content 2000.
And Pokopia coming out soon too.
Pokopia 2000.
Everything, but Another Pokemon Podcast
2000.
All right.
Oh,
Bex?
Get out 2000.
Get out.